Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome to Student Athlete with an Opinion. Today we're going to be talking about the morality of Operation Epic Fury from the perspective of the Catholic Church. So the first thing we need to understand is that while the church calls us for peace and brotherhood, it is not pacifist. Jesus was not a pacifist. There are times when it is just for the morality of the Catholic Church to go to war. And I have some things from the Catechism as well as from things from St. Thomas Aquinas that outline what a just war is. Now, even if you're not Catholic, don't turn off this video because a lot of these things just align with common sense. So let's just jump right into it. First on the list, just cause. A real grave and lasting injury inflicted by an aggressor must be present. Okay, so a couple things to notice about that. One, technically the U.S. was the aggressor in Operation Epic Fury. While its motives were to stop Iran's aggression in the region and potential nuclear weapon threats, we did fire first. There's just no dispute there. While the intention was to prevent them from getting nuclear weapons, I don't think we can say that we had just cause there, because we are the aggressors. Moving on to legitimate authority. War must be declared by a lawful government, not private individuals. So this is one that's going to get a lot of people debating. Trump is the president of the United States, but the president of the United States is not the sole portion of the government. It's the duty of Congress to declare war. And now, while Trump will say that it was not a war, that it was just a military action, which the Constitution gives him the right to do, the Catholic Church doesn't care. God doesn't care. It was war. People got killed. He does not have the right to do this on his own without the consent of those he works with. Right intention. The goal must be to secure a just peace, not vengeance or conquest. So, during the whole time of Epic Fury, the actual goal was a little bit confusing. The U.S. claimed that the goal was to cripple Iran's navy, military capacities, and nuclear capabilities. While there was technically no vengeance or real conquest from the United States, because we're not looking at invading Iran, was there an actual just intention? Were we actually looking to establish peace? Or are we looking to establish U.S. and Israeli dominance in the area? Because let's face it, Iran is the only real threat in the Middle East to Israel. So, could it be called conquest? Maybe. Last resort. All other peaceful alternatives, negotiation, diplomacy, must have failed or be impractical. Okay, this one is kind of ridiculous because negotiations were going on the whole time of Epic Fury. They were going on at the time that Trump launched Operation Epic Fury. So, was it a last resort? No! I'm sorry, man. It was not a last resort. All right, let's move on. Proportionality. The damage to be avoided must be greater than the destruction caused by the war. This one's a little trickier. If Iran got nuclear weapons, they could do a heck of a lot of damage. But every country that has nuclear weapons can do it. But for some reason they don't. How do we know Iran would have? Would they? Or would they have just kept it as a deterrent from further aggression against themselves? We know that there was massive damage done to the country's infrastructure and its economy. We don't know if we actually prevented any damage. And the thing is, Iran's just going to rebuild. Everything that we destroyed, they're just going to rebuild. And all the threat that they were capable of, they'll be capable again in a few years. We slowed them down, but we didn't stop any potential destruction. Probability of success. There must be a reasonable chance of success to avoid futile violence. So, there was never really a clear goal. I mean, you say you want to cripple the military. Like, what do you mean by cripple? Do you mean eradicated completely? That's not possible. While there's still a man standing who can hold a gun, they've got a military. You want to take away their nuclear capabilities? Nuclear capabilities is a science. You can't kill science. Once it is out, it is gone. We did not succeed in anything or ever really had a legitimate plan to. Non-combatant immunity. Civilians and innocent people must never be the direct object of attack. Okay, so this one's a little complicated, and I've gone into thousands of debates with my classmates about this. What qualifies as an innocent? You're probably thinking civilians, guys who don't carry guns, right? It's a little more complicated than that. If you give a starving soldier food, and then that soldier uses the energy that you gave him through the food to go and kill other people, are you in no way responsible for the people he killed? If you build guns for soldiers, are you not responsible for what they do? If you help them, give them shelter, are you an innocent? No. If you aid the war effort, you're not innocent. So, if you aid the war effort, you're a legitimate target. Proportionality. Only the minimum force necessary to achieve military goals should be used. Okay, so like I've been saying the whole video, the goals were a little bit unclear and a little wonky. Would I say we use minimum force? No. We kind of let them have it, hitting roughly 13,000 targets in just a little over a month. So not only did we not achieve much, but it was by no means proportional. Now, the last one, respect for life, wounded soldiers and prisoners of war must be treated humanely. That one is a little hard to decipher as far as Operation Epic Fury because there were no ground troops. There were no American ground troops, so there wasn't really any prisoner taking. So we really don't get to see an example of that here. The Catholic Church has many writings, many theories and thoughts on just war. I've only given you a quick handful. But from this quick handful, I think we can safely say that Operation Epic Fury is not in compliance with the will of the Catholic Church. And even if you don't believe in Catholicism, from what I've shown you, it just doesn't make basic moral sense. So, the men who are responsible for this really need to take a moral compass check. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Hit like and subscribe to get more upcoming content.